Hello everyone, follow along. We'll turn this into this. Put back together again. These old Columbias were made here in Western Mass. This thing's in okayish condition. It was definitely kept in a damp area. Probably not outside directly, but definitely wet. The color is fantastic. I wish it was in better shape. Chrome was all rusted, pitted. Purchased at a shop in Chicopee Falls. I love this rack. I love the fenders. I'd like to be able to keep them on this. I don't think it's going to be possible. Red band, coaster brake. Pretty basic construction. Not too strong. But we'll ride it anyway. We'll throw it together. That seat tube is round-ish. Pretty typical of the construction on these old bikes. I always try to use a 6-point wrench whenever possible on hexes. With these master links, you just got to use your link pliers and vice grips. You can kind of finagle that cap link off. Wiggle it, it'll come right out. Lots of slotted screws on these old bikes. Always try to size your screwdriver to your screw. Same with this. I always try to use a 6-point on pretty much everything I possibly can. So it helps keep it from rounding out the nut or bolt. Crank bearings are dry, but hey, they feel surprisingly good. Crack it open and see what they look like. They're not a solid chunk of rust, so that's a win. Won't have to replace any bearings. We'll get them all cleaned up, repack them. They'll work well. No date stamp forged into the crank, so that's kind of a bummer, but I do assume this is like a 63 to 65-ish bike. Again, always size your screwdriver to your screw to avoid destroying the screw. Again, the bearings look dry but clean. You can definitely tell this bike was not left outside. It was just in a wet area. If this had been left outside, these would just be junk. You can see how clean the paint is inside that head tube and everything. Not bad. Front wheel bearings are the same situation. Dried out, obviously grease isn't going to last 60 years. But they're clean. Clean them up, repack them. They'll be totally fine. I'll tear apart and repack this red band. I'm not going to go into extreme detail. I'm sure there's other videos on how to tear these apart and put them back together. There's 3 sets of bearings in here. Just want to make sure you grease them all up with good grease. Brake shoes look good. We'll clean that bearing, clean those shoes, repack the bearing, put a good heavy duty wheel bearing grease on the shoes. I'm not doing a detailed restoration on any of these parts. I'm just cleaning everything and repacking everything. This is all reassembled and ready to go back on the bike. Here's the frame all stripped down, ready to go. Clean and repack those headset bearings. I like using this Bellray grease. It's good stuff. Obviously, I use a lot of it. It's pretty much my go-to for most bicycle stuff. Other than real high-end stuff, we'll just get fill wood. Oh man, look at that pink. It's a great color. See the bare metal, you can tell that this bike has never been outside, sitting outside. Headset's all repacked. Finished assembling it. Set the preload on it. I've already repacked the crank set. Set the preload on that, so it's good to go. I put the Schwalbe tires on. Tried doing it with the fenders. There's just no way. There's no clearance there at all, so kind of bummer. But it looks cool so far. Zip these pedals back on. Last thing before it's all set to go. Here we go. That's the parts pile. Here's what the mini Klunker looks like. Old BMX stem and BMX bars, layback seat posts, old turbo saddle. New tubes and Schwalbe Black Jack tires. Again, they're 24-inch. This thing's a mini. Overall, I think it looks pretty cool. Again, this is a purely mechanical restoration. I didn't work on any finishes or try to correct the chrome or any of the paintwork or anything. Looks good. Let's take it out in the dirt. Looks pretty cool. Can't wait to ride it.